What's up? Welcome back to our fantasy endgame community. We appreciate you as always. If you're new to our channel, hit us with a subscribe, give us a comment, let us know what you think about our videos. We're going to be here all off season to help you win, and we are sponsored by bearclothing.org. Check them out right now. Let's get into some Dynasty sleepers. Just wrapped up our endgame Dynasty draft with members of our community, and we got some of our favorite guys at the end of the bench here. We're going to let you in on a couple of those. So Chris, start us off. Who's somebody who you might want to look at in deeper Dynasty leagues?
Yeah, I've talked about this guy a lot throughout the offseason, and that's Quintez Cephus of the Detroit Lions. Had some off-the-field issues coming out of college that caused his draft stock to drop a little bit. Not the most athletic guy by any stretch, but what he's really good at is he's a really good route runner, really good at getting separation, great hands. Not going to ever be, like a crazy DK Metcalf type of guy, but that's okay because he can be a nice play in PPR leagues. And look, the Lions really like this guy, right? I know that they were really excited that he fell as far as he did to them. They were very happy to get him. And who is he competing with there in Detroit? Rashad Perriman, who, aging, can't stay healthy. Tyrell Williams, another aging wide receiver. I know they drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's more like a slot guy. So I think Cephus has a realistic chance to contribute this year in this offense and kind of become, one of their regular target wide receivers. And you're getting him at a very, very good discount. He's not a guy you really need to, you can go get him on the cheap in a trade, or if you're in a startup draft. I think I got him in like the 16th or 17th round of our startup draft. So definitely a guy that's being underlooked by the community. I think that's just because he doesn't have that, oozing talent like some of the other wide receivers, but definitely a guy I think is a great sleeper in your dynasty leagues.
Yeah, we know that obviously those measurables matter, the speed and the size, but that's not what makes fantasy production. It's all about opportunity and targets, and there should be plenty of targets there. I think the Lions are going to throw a lot. Look, I actually had Cephus in some redraft leagues at the beginning of last year when Galladay got hurt. They threw him into the fire. So I think they're definitely going to give him a chance this year to make an impact. Now, on the other side here, we have somebody who is a little different profile, someone who is super athletic, and maybe opportunity is the only issue, but KJ Hamler is somebody that I feel is like the ideal post-hype sleeper. This guy got a lot of buzz last year going into his rookie season. This is someone who's a second-round pick. He has 4.3 speed, and this is someone who could definitely be a field stretcher. The issue is behind Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. And Courtland Sutton did miss last year, so you think Hamler should have made a bigger impact. That was a little bit more because of, Drew Lock being the quarterback and then other people being the quarterback at times. It's just that offense was inconsistent as a whole. Will it be better this year? We'll see. It depends. Depends on how either Lock progresses or if Bridgewater takes over, or who knows if they pull a trigger on a trade. But I feel like he can only get better. I've said this before. We both like Jeudy a lot this year. We like Sutton being undervalued. I think Hamler's just basically being ignored. It's like we pretend he doesn't exist. Again, second round pick. This is a guy who absolutely could have a major role on this team, and he's got the talent. So I feel like this is the time where maybe you don't take a chance on him in redraft because, it's a little bit of a stretch to think that he'll be an impact player in a 12-team league when you have only so much bench space. But keep an eye on him. And in the Dynasty League, it's the perfect place to grab him because of his age. And this guy, again, breakout age in the 86th percentile, a great future ahead of him, I think. And so KJ Hamler is someone I definitely made sure to grab in our Dynasty startup. All right, who's your next guy?
I'm going to go with another wide receiver who fell in last year's draft. Apparently, I like these guys, and that's Donovan Peoples-Jones of the Cleveland Browns. 6th-round pick last year out of Michigan. Again, another guy, not really a lot of hype around him coming into the draft. Didn't get a lot of playing time last year, but in the limited playing time he did get when the Browns wide receiver group was devastated by injuries, he flashed some major upside, averaged over 21 yards per catch, had 2 touchdowns in only 2 games started. He gives the Browns something that they really lack right now, right? You got Odell Beckham. He kind of is what he is at this point of his career. Same with Jarvis Landry. Possession guy. He could be the answer to the Browns' deep threat that they haven't had in many, many years. And, really, again, we hear rumors every offseason that the Browns are trying to move on from Odell Beckham. Like I said, Jarvis Landry is what he is at this point of his career. I think there's room, and as soon as this year, for Donovan Peoples-Jones to have a significant role as that guy to take the top off the defense, that deep threat that this offense really has lacked for many, many years. And also another guy who's just kind of been forgotten because 6th-round draft capital, barely played last year. No one really thinking about him at all. So another guy I think, you should be stashing in your dynasty leagues, or if you're doing a startup draft, a guy you should be targeting late in your drafts.
Agree with that pick. I'm actually going to go with another Michigan guy, but this time, surprisingly, a running back. Usually for a dynasty sleeper, you like to stash a receiver, someone who has a little bit more longevity. Go a little deeper here. This is someone who could be a really nice value. So I feel like I always want to make a Bengals running back besides Joe Mixon kind of into a thing. I was kind of on Travion Williams a couple years ago, and I thought Jacques Patrick was a nice stash, and that didn't pan out. But Chris Evans, listen to me. Chris Evans is someone to keep an eye on because he absolutely could turn into a feature back if things break right, or I guess for Mixon, if things break bad. So Evans isn't a guy that we heard a lot about because didn't put up huge numbers in Michigan, less than 1,800 yards rushing total for his college career. But on the other side of the equation, he has very little tread on the tires, right? He's definitely not somebody who's gotten a ton of carries under his belt. So this is someone who will be fresh coming in. He has that athleticism you want. He's kind of that ideal mold. So we got who right now? Samaje Perine is kind of that big goal line back that they have. He's not someone who's going to really catch passes and do much else getting up there. And then we have Travion Williams, who's kind of a smaller, just receiving threat, kind of like their next Gio Bernard, I guess. Evans could actually be both. He's kind of that ideal fit. He's 5'11", 211, and he's somebody who could do both. He is an accomplished receiver. He can catch the ball. He's big enough to kind of get through the line on the inside. He's somebody I feel like if he has the opportunity, could make things happen. He had a burst score in the 92nd percentile, agility score in the 94th percentile, so he doesn't have that 40 number that'll jump off the page, but this is someone who is shifty. Again, I feel like he has it all, ready to showcase if the chance presents itself. Well, given Mixon's health history, there's a good chance it happens. I'm not guaranteeing that Evans breaks out, but this is definitely somebody to keep your eye on because the opportunity could be there. And this is an offense that we know is growing with Joe Burrow and those 3 receivers there. So I feel like another running back has a chance to make an impact either alongside or instead of Mixon. All right, we have plenty more guys in mind, but you'll have to catch our future episodes to watch that. Dynasty Sleepers and other guys in mind to help you win this year and in the future for fantasy football. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, do it now. Here's a comment. Who are your favorite Dynasty Sleepers? Some guys that you're keeping an eye on in your leagues. Let us know. All right, thanks for watching.